Another death to tell you about. You may not know the name, but he's behind some of the biggest characters we grew up with. Sesame Street legend Carol Spinney died yesterday, 85 years old. He was the man behind both Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. He was with Sesame Street when it started back in 1969, and he only retired last year.
Wow. So he was the same Big Bird? I don't know how it works.
He stopped getting inside the costume just a couple of years ago. He was still the voice, but it was so physically demanding, like in his 80s, he had to stop.
Well, yeah, you got to get out of that bird.
Yeah,
That-
come on.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Eddie's
To be in that
soldier.
bird
Got to
that
get
long.
out of that bird.
I would never imagine that guy would be in that bird for all these
No.
years.
Oh, that's so many years to be in a bird. Oh my God.
I mean, he had that big bird money, but still.
Yeah, you got
He's
that
like,
Big
I'm
Bird.
Carol Spinney. I'm rolling in it.
Dude, you got bird feet on.
I did lines of blow with the feet on.
Wow.
So I party.
Yeah. Do you ever even take those feet off?
Never, not once.
Oh, my
I have
God.
sex in them
You've had sex in those bird feet?
all the time. More than you could ever imagine.
I bet.
Carol
Ever do it-
Spinney.
You ever do it full suit?
Once.
Oh,
Sorry. I was in France.
of course. The French.
It was weird.
Who's got the biggest feet, you know?
Oh, yeah. See?
Who's got feathers from head
You have a foot fetish, huh?
Love them. Love big old women's feet.
to toe?
They love your feet.
Yeah, they do. They're huge.
Well,
Because I'm packing a big bird myself.
I bet.
Oh, my God.
Where's your snuffleupagus?
Huge.
Yeah. Quite a trunk on it.
Look at the trunk on my snuffleupagus.
you guessed it. It is me. And that's my very favorite song.
This is, I think we have mentioned this on the show before, but for those who don't know, this is a little morbid fact. Carol Spinney was invited to fly on the Space Shuttle Challenger as Big Bird
Oh, Jesus.
back in 1986, but the idea was scrapped because they realized there wasn't enough room for the full costume, the head and everything. And then, of course, the Challenger
nuts.
exploded. Can you imagine if Big,
Big
Bird
Bird
died on the
exploded
Space Shuttle? It would have been even
Kids
more
would have been so
traumatic for the kids.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
already traumatizing.
Oh, my God. That would.
I know.
Big Bird died! Oh, God! Big Bird died!
Well, and the other thing is, so then Big Bird's off the show, obviously,
Yeah, they'd have to kill him off, right? If he died in the
'Cause-
Space Shuttle.
because he
Yeah,
died.
unless like Big Bird's cousin got involved or something.
I
Bigger
guess you bring
bird.
him in.
It's Bigger Bird.
Change his
Got the
color.
rights to stuff up.
Bluebird, you know?
I'm thick duck.
Yeah. They'd have to have done something.
Thick duck.
How thick that duck is.
I'm a thick old duck. Living on Sesame Street, man. Thick duck.
Big Bird died. Here's Thick Duck.
Yeah, they bring Thick Duck in like the next week.
It's hard to say on the radio. Thick duck.
Thick Duck it is.
Thick Duck.
Here
comes-
to Big Bird.
I died in an explosion in space.
He died in a space explosion.
While every child was watching at school.
Yeah, I'm thick duck. What of it? Hey, little Lisa, let's do our goddamn ABCs, huh?
So, let me get this straight. You're like Big Bird's cousin?
Yeah, I'm thick duck. I'm thick. So like I'm fat, you know. I didn't get the tall gene that old Big Bird had. It was A, B, C. Go ahead. You got it. That's very good. Nice. You got the E part too.
How do you get through doorways?
E is for ecstasy in Thick Duck's world.
Oh, God.
Oh my.
We're going to have to cancel Thick Duck.
Those are Thick Duck's personal concoctions.
I think we moved too fast replacing Big Bird with Thick Duck.
Stay away from Thick Duck's pills.
Thick
you
Duck
understand?
smells like my weird uncle.
Thick Duck smells great. He smells like a party.
Swear to God. Just like my uncle.
Is that a cigarette?
Yeah. Thick Duck's smoking now.
There's smoke coming out of your tooth.
Everybody thought Big Bird's such a saint. Well, I'm Thick Duck. Get used to it.
Smoking is bad.
It's good if you know how to do it, kid.
Why do you keep spitting into that thing?
Because I gotta do chew too.
You smoke and chew?
That's right. I double up my tobacco. I'm Thick Duck. The thickest duck you've ever seen.
Wow, you are thick.
I can't go through doors. Thick duck.
You're not gonna be able to leave this room.
I never could. I never will. They can't even get me out of this bird. Oh, I about let it slip. I forgot I'm doing a character here.
Thick duck.
Jeez.
Watch out, everybody! Thick Duck
You
just
know-
dropped some glass bottle.
That's Thick Duck's special sauce.
Wow.
Oh, God, I hate being Thick Duck. I hate it more than you could ever imagine.
Okay, because here's the other thing. How much did Big Bird hate being Big Bird after a while?
Oh, God. I
Sure,
can't
he-
imagine.
I mean, I know you made $8 million,
But if I still had been working at a theme park as a cartoon character at this age, never mind into my 80s.
That's what I mean.
You know how much
That's
I
what
would have
mean.
hated my life?
Yeah.
I did it as a teenager because that's teenage jobs.
Well,
Rough life for sure.
Thick Duck's got an appointment with his opiate dealer. We gotta wrap this goddamn thing up.
Bye, Thick Duck.
Bye, kids.
Bye, Thick Duck.
Bye. Thanks for coming to Sesame Street.
I don't know. It's a bag full of green stuff.
Thick Duck's real tired. He's gonna go take one of his 2-day naps. See ya, kids.
Bye.
I think it would have really changed Sesame Street if Big Bird
Yeah.
Well,
exploded in a
Would've been
space
really
shuttle.
bad.
to be honest, I think it would have done two things. It would have actually helped to explain the scenario, because the truth is, people were watching this.
I
at
was
school.
watching it in my class.
I know. So it
remember
was
it
such
vividly.
I mean, that's why if Big Bird was in there, it would have been totally terrible. But at the same time, I think Sesame Street might have helped some kids figure out what was going on. Like they could have. I don't know. Maybe they did anyway. I don't have any memory of it. I just remember going back to school and telling everyone that it happened, and then getting in trouble.
A friend of Carol Spinney's daughter is listening and said he was actually a nudist.
Holy crap!
No, come on.
Well, let's.
Big Bird was a nudist?
Of course he was. Type it in.
No. You
Yes.
can't be Big Bird for
He's
that many
He's
years
not
and be a
alive to
nudist.
defend himself.
They wouldn't be allowed that.
No, you think he kept that on the down low?
Well, you'd have to, because you can't let it slip that Big Bird's a nudist.
Well, he's not a sex offender or anything.
Yeah,
He's
but
just
you know
a
what?
nudist.
Sesame Street wouldn't
Still.
have allowed
Well,
it.
listen, if you had that goddamn bird costume on that long too, you'd want to get some air too.
True.
Yeah. Rumor has it he was a nudist in Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
What?
So
He owned a nudist colony?
he did Andy's. Oh, he owned one?
That's what somebody in the text. Did I read that correctly?
You
I don't
own
know.
one?
What? Big Bird?
Big Bird was a nudist?
You got that right. Turns out I'm a little bit more like Thick Duck than you thought.
Big Bird like walking around with the Big Bird free.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. But you figure, you get done with Sesame Street, you take the bird hat off, you keep the feet on.
That's the only thing he had on.
Yeah.
Just those feet.
Dongs out and bongs out, boys. It's a weekend.
I bet he was fun to be around.